So far.
On the door.
Free us. Free us.
At the vex.
Free us.
At the vex. Some they call me pagan. Then they say I be Satan. Cause I believe I be winner. Stop calling me a sinner. If you truly believe in the church, as I don't want to know. If you really believe in the mosque, me I don't want to know. If you believing in the pastors, as I don't want to know. If you believing in the imam, me I don't want to know. Make you shine your eyes, and free yourself. Oh lo. Make you shine your eyes, and free yourself from mental slavery. Make you shine your eyes, and free yourself. Go. Make you shine your eyes, and free yourself from mental slavery. Listen now, Oyibo come deceive us. Then come bring that Jesus. Even the story about Jacob.
My ancestors make you save us.
My people make gonna wake up. Wake up. If you truly believe in the church, as I don't want to know. If you really believe in the mosque, me I don't want to know.
If you really believe in the Bible, I don't want to know.
Alright, good evening everybody, and you're welcome to the show. My name is Shegun Olo, and this is Objective Media. I can see many people online already. Unfortunately, we're still having to do with only YouTube and Periscope for now. Facebook banned us from doing live, and this is for the past since 29th of August. So that's how many weeks already now? Roughly 2 weeks. Okay, so but let's just get going. I will announce to Facebook people on my mobile that we are live here. Okay, great. So let's begin with the news on the day. So Tony Elumelu, that's popular or famous UBA billionaire, today called for the release of Omoyele Sowore. He added his own voice by saying, "Oh, President Muhammadu Buhari, see, you cannot do this. You have to release this man in the spirit of, well, they say Salah. Release him in the spirit of Salah and also in the spirit of democracy, because it is very important that somebody who hasn't committed anything that is so grievous as to warrant being detained should not be in jail, or should not be in prison, or should not be in detention for what offense they didn't commit. If the word revolution is the problem, well, it goes to show that we have so many illiterates in power, because the word revolution itself, they knew the meaning before they came into power, but the moment they came into power, the word only has one meaning, which is forceful overthrow of government. Well, thank you, Tony Elumelu, for adding your voice. Nigerians appreciate you. They say that times like this, they say you do not remember. They say in times like this, you may not remember the words of your enemies or of your enemy, but the silence of your friend. Okay, so this is a time where everybody will remember who is speaking, who is not speaking. So welcome on the show, everybody. Let's get started on the show. So that was the updates to bring about people speaking up about or for Omoyele Sowore, who is currently being detained at the DSS facility in Abuja. There's much more to say tonight. I don't know if we should wait for more people to come join us online before we continue to release the information, but okay, let me start all the same releasing the information that I have to release tonight. Others will join us as we go on. I will do the timeout a little postponed further now. So what are the information? Number one, some people are still being held, um, you know, at various police stations across the country. Don't forget that before we told you that it is not only in Lagos that people are being held. All right, in other parts of the country, other protesters are being held. And while we efforts have gone out to release most of the people arrested in respect of the revolutionary protests, people were arrested in Ibadan. You know, one of the aspirants for the House of Rep, no, House of Assembly, Shaki, under AAC, also joined the protest and was arrested in Ibadan. He spent 2 days, 2 or 3 days at police detention before he was eventually released. We also have people in Lagos who were also arrested. More people were arrested in Lagos, but we got all of them out already. Thanks to all of you, and I'm going to come to that point. I'm going to show names of people who supported, who sent donations to say, oh, if it is money that we need, this is my own widow's mite, this is my own contribution to make sure that the comrades that were arrested in respect or in relation to the revolutionary protest get out of detention. I'll release the names of donors much later. Alright, but this broadcast will not be very long. I'll try to round off as quickly as possible. I'm just trying to reel out all the information as fast as I can. Then, if you go to Kaduna, people were arrested. Don't forget, Kaduna is a state where El Rufai is the governor. Okay, and then in Oshogbo, some of you already saw that woman, that septuagenarian who decided to join the revolutionary protest and was beaten up by the police you people have in Nigeria. Your police beat her up. Don't also forget that while police officers were pretending to be arresting some protesters in Lagos, they were also, stealing their phones. Some of you that who have been following us on social media will see the post we already did about all of those ones. People tagged themselves and decided to share it. So, but it's the truth. The guy got back, Elias Uzepu got back to Kwanti to ask for his phone, and the police said the phone was not submitted to them. So the officer who pretended to be arresting Elias Uzepu took the phone and went away with it. They did not submit the phone, they submitted the person arrested. But why take his phone and not even release it or report it or present it at the police station? Very funny. So it shows to you that we are dealing with so many things in this country. Law enforcement officers are even pilfering phones on people they arrest. The same way we have also heard numerous stories about police officers arresting female suspects and impregnating them. Do you understand what we're talking about? You arrest a female suspect and then you rape them and impregnate them. The same way you arrest a male suspect even when they are not when they are not supposed to be suspected for anything. You pick them up and you pilfer their phones. That's the country we are operating. Very funny. Okay, so that's on one side. Now, most of them have been released on bail, but we still have, and I want to mention names now, 2 more persons. In Oshun, we still have Afolabi Olawale Monday, who is still being held by the DSS. Afolabi Olawale Monday is still being held by the DSS. In Kaduna, we have Dan Alilu, that's a journalist, who is still being held also at by the police. So the state is still holding, in Osun State, Afolabi Olawale Monday, and in Kaduna, Dan Alilu, who is a journalist, they are still being held. So we'll start advocacy for them tomorrow. So let me also quickly announce that by Wednesday, activists and journalists in Abuja have said, no, we have to continue this action. So there will be protest actions in Abuja on Wednesday. That is after this Eid Mubarak. Am I correct? Salah. After the Salah holiday is over, by Wednesday, upon resumption of work, activists and journalists have decided to also resume protests in Abuja. So we are watching out for that. All right. Now let me move on to the next matter. I want to quickly. I'll come to the comments shortly now. I can see your comments and I'm taking note of them. I just want to quickly make sure that all the information that I have to release tonight, I release all of them. So the next thing is to appreciate people who sent their donations. Now I'm going to do this. I will show their names. Not all of them want me to show their names for a reason, and that's the reason I'm not going to tell you the amounts they donated. But let me just give you a hint. Most of them sent donations, all right, but they do not want their names mentioned. And the reason I later got to figure is that some of them will be like, oh, me, I don't have as much money as Engineer Israel, who sent 100,000, 200,000, 250,000, 300,000. I don't have as much money. I only have 5,000. So don't announce my name. Another person will send money. I say, see, don't announce my name. I only have 10,000 naira. So I don't want to feel embarrassed. I just said I have to contribute something because I also feel part of this movement. So some people sent money, but they don't want their names mentioned because they don't like me announcing that they sent money that is not that big. But they also felt the passion that they have to be part of this. So I decided, no, I'm not going to collect all the money, do all of the things I have to do, but not still appreciate you on the show. I don't just want it to be a backdoor thing or a back office thing or a back end thing. I want to be able to appreciate you openly because what you did, the results are open. So I'll start by saying these people sent money and the way we use the money has been helpful. Now you recall that most of the people that were arrested across the country needed money because they needed money to perfect their bail. You know, some of them were granted bail in some amount of money and also still in their shorties to perfect their bail. Some of them, after coming out of the prison, they may be dampened in spirit. They needed money to get food, to get clothes, to take care of themselves. Some needed treatment because they were beaten while being arrested. Some I don't want to be mentioning because there were many across the country. Okay, so we reached out to as many as we could. We got funds from some people, and then who reached out to support us. And those are the names you are seeing on the screen right now. So let me continue playing them, so that while I'm talking, the names continue to play. The fund provided by the following persons went into helping these comrades. Don't also forget that I met a journalist. Some of you already saw the interview I had with him on the interview I had with the journalist that was arrested, journalist of Sahara Reporters. You know, I've also earmarked some amount. Currently is in Abuja, receiving further treatment somewhere in Abuja. I'm not supposed to reveal his whereabouts, but mentioning that it's in Abuja is not going to be a big deal as such. But as far as I'm not mentioning the specific location or where it can be found, so I earmarked some amount for him to 30,000 naira from all these donations by the following people. But if you sent money and you do not see your name here, then the money is probably stuck, or maybe it has not come in, or maybe there's an error. But what is important is the following persons whose names appear here, I've been able to confirm their own donations and I've channeled them appropriately. Okay, because some persons will just call to say, oh, I'm interested in getting one person at least out. I'll say, okay, this is what so person needs. Another person will just call to say, okay, I'm interested in making sure that this person gets treatment. Okay, this is what he needs. I'll contact the person and I'll channel it appropriately. Now the next person that we still have, like the two persons I mentioned in Osun and Kaduna, we need to make sure that we start talking about them and pressuring the states to release them. It doesn't make sense to continue to hold people who are only calling or participating or associating or assembling alongside others lawfully or legally to protest peacefully. We are going to start making sure that we pressure these two states to release these comrades, one comrade and one journalist. And then I also need to reach out to this woman, in the 70-year-old woman in Osun State, who decided to join the protest for the sake of the future of our children, but was beaten up by the police. So I got her number already, but it was a little late when I called this evening. She didn't pick, so I'll continue to try to reach out to her tomorrow morning. So that's the update, but we still need so much more, people. If it is in your heart to send something, to support, to assist, please, we need so much more. Or let me say, they need so much more, but on my part too, I still need much more. There's a lot of work to do. Now, I also sent additional 50k today, this morning, earlier today, to the comrades who are planning to print some materials to further the actions. I sent 50k to them earlier today, from the money sent to me by some people. Many people reached out to me and say, okay, we want to support what you're doing. All right, it is not everything that I have to announce I'm doing this, I'm doing that, because security is very important in this country now. So we have works to do. Now, while I'm doing all of this, I also still want to mention, for the benefit of others who are still also interested in supporting this course, let me put this. Okay, let me still keep playing these names while I put on the screen where you can send your own donation if you want to be part of these people. Very important, please. Sorry, there's an error there, something happened. Alright, so I'll read the comments and I'll respond to all of them. Somebody is saying, I've seen more than 2-3 times already, Mega Comrade has shot himself on the foot. Mega Comrade, who is Mega Comrade? I think okay, you mean people are saying Meg. Another person, Yusuf Ololade, is also talking about Mega, that I think maybe APC will use him. Battle continues, we must not relent. All these people are working with APC. Okay, all right. About that person you people are talking about, Mega Comrade, I think we should not really, that is not our focus right now. That would be a distraction if we are talking about people who don't who are not adding to what the moment is talking about. We have people in detention. We have Sowore still in detention. Yes, sorry, before I forget this one also. Falana is filing on, okay, he filed already, and on Wednesday they are going to appear in court to defend an appeal to the order detaining Sowore for 45 days. Yeah, so Wednesday we're expecting two major things on Wednesday. Yeah, that reminds me. The first on Wednesday is journalists and activists who will in Abuja converge to continue to demand revolution now in protest as called by Omoyele Sowore. The second activity we're expecting on Wednesday is that Falana will be defending his appeal, will be making the appeal in courts against the 45 days detention order on Omoyele Sowore. So those are the things we have for Wednesday lined up. So let me put on the screen the account number for those of you that want to support. But let me quickly also at the same time ask that if you do not like me to mention your name if you send donations, please endeavor to reach out to me and say I sent money but I don't want to be mentioned at all, because I also have to respect people's privacies. Okay, I want to respect people's privacies. So let me put the account number on the screen. What I have decided to do is not to mention people's names, all right, because I don't want it to look like I don't want it to look like somebody sent big money, another person sent only 5,000 naira. Some people do not like me mentioning that they sent only 5,000, so I'm not going to mention how much, but at least I'm going to put all the names on the screen. But at least between me and the person, I know how much. Okay, so I don't want it to result in embarrassment for anybody, and I hope you understand and agree with me. But if you feel there's any modification you want me to add to that, I'm open. What is important is that we get all of these things achieved. At the end of the day, we want results. Okay, so you welcome everybody. Somebody was talking about Sowore's VP. Okay, what I would say about that is, since the time of the election, most of us already understand that even Sowore's VP was not too available. Alright, he is somebody who is committed to saving lives, and one of the things that even endeared Sowore to him was because of his commitment. I mean, Dr. Rabiu's commitment to attending to patients every minute. It's just like his life course, what he's committed to doing, saving lives, attending to patients, ensuring that people get treatment, people who are in life support, under life support, people who are surviving by oxygen, people who are surviving by his frequent or constant attention, people who just need thorough and constant medical care. So you recall that even during the time of election, Dr. Rabiu wasn't totally available. So we have to understand that he's not totally available because he's doing serious, genuine humanitarian work as a medical doctor. He signed oaths to continue to protect lives. So let us free him. At least he's saving lives. That is also more important. That is also important. Just as the rest of us can split ourselves and delegate the actions and do the rest of the works. Alright. What other comment is there for me to respond to? What updates on Sowore condition in detention? Sowore, okay, let me quickly say this. You know what? It is important I let you know that detention is not anything good for anybody because it is limiting your freedom. Yes. Although the reason why most of us have been going on air to say that Sowore is in high spirits is to make sure that we don't give his detractors, the opportunity or the privilege to be thinking that they are on top and that Sowore is down. Do you get? Although we knew that even before his arrest, Sowore is somebody that we know is always high in spirit as per his conviction. So we know that for sure. Sowore is always in high spirits. We know that for sure. But then we have to also be careful not to think that detention is a good thing. Sowore is being held against his wish. He was abducted, do not forget. Okay, I am very sure, I'm very certain if the DSS had invited Sowore, he would have honored it. But he was not invited at all. That was not detention. Alright, that was abduction. So if you send your donation now and I receive the alert, I will announce it live, except you don't want me to announce it. So we still need donations, we still need support, we still need more people to send money, because all this waka no before they happen in vacuum. They gulp resources. So we need support. That's the account number on the screen: 0036909767 GT Bank, and that's the name. So we know most people will be watching. They'll be watching replay. They will not be. Most people are not live to watch now. So somebody says Sowore is used to detention. We know that, all right. But guess that Sowore would currently not be doing what he's doing right now if he were to be free. If he were to be free right now, this is not. It will not be. It will not be just sitting down doing nothing, like in detention. So, yeah, it is normal for us to say Sowore is in high spirit, but the reality is that detention is not the best we want for Sowore at this time. Not any time at all. So we need to make sure that we try and get him out. All right. So that's it. And Nigeria, let me also quickly announce that most of us are also being trailed, and because some of us are still working. Even though I'm not a member of Showore's party, I was not a protester. I'm just a media person. But I see what Sowore is doing, and I feel like I should give voice to what he's doing, because at the end of the day, most of the mainstream media are against Sowore. Some of them feel for Sowore, but they don't have control over the media they are reporting for. So it is what the proprietor of the media house they are reporting for wants that they are limited to. So it's unfortunate. Most of them are limited to what the proprietors of their media organizations want. So those of us that have control over the platforms we have to continue to push. But don't forget that Sowore was picked up 1:25 a.m. So the rest of us too, sometimes we don't sleep between 1 and 4. I hope you understand the gig. Some of us do not sleep between 1 and 4. So people whose names are scrolling on the screen, we are simply using this medium to say thank you so much. Your kind donations did the wonders that we currently have, securing the release of most of the comrades that are now free after being arrested unduly by the police during the protest. So Cyril is asking, please Shegun, please, what's the money for? We need money to continue to help the cause. As of this morning, I still sent additional 50,000 naira to a team who are asking to say, oh, they want to print. I'm not supposed to be revealing most of these things, right? But because many people keep asking questions, and we have to open up to some of them a little bit that we can. Okay. Oh, Shegun, we need some of our comrades. Look at it, that the person who came out of detention, for instance, and his phone was stolen by the police officer. He became immobile. He became what's the word now? Demobilized. There's no way to reach him to call him for next meeting or anything. Do you understand what we're saying? So we need to help some of these people who have assembled to say, okay, they are leaving their means of livelihood to continue to reorganize, continue the conversation, continue the meeting, continue to assemble, and continue all of these things. Okay. So Salau says, Shegun, do not sleep in your house again before DSS kidnap you. Well, I don't sleep in one place, by the way. I'm not in any particular place. I rove. That's why these days I've not been in my studio. Sometimes, before I will always show my face. But lately, I've not been using my studio. I've been moving from one place to another location. I'm not static myself. You get it? Okay. What did I miss again of the comments that scrolled past? Miracle Bosereme Apostle Sulele said that Sowore arrest has been shown to him before the arrest. My question is that who showed him? It's the same way Pastor Adeboye said he already saw that Osinbajo's shopper was going to crash. And I'm like, Baba, did you see that your pastors were going to be kidnapped? And did you see the economic woes of the country? Did you see the problems we are facing right now? What did you do? See, let us stop I'm not interested in prophecies anymore. We are interested more in how this country progress. We have been listening to prophecies, including the ones that are not genuine, including the prophecies that were not seen until after the events. We've seen prophecies that were not released until after the event happened. Do you understand it? Aha. So it's not new. Somebody said I just transferred little from my account. Okay, let me confirm that. Okay, I got an alert now. Oh, I received it. Thank you so much. And thank you so much. As I said, I will not announce the amount because some people do not like to be embarrassed if they send a little, and some people also do not want to be exposed if they send something substantial. So everybody is in the same category. Even if it is 500 naira or 1000 naira, the heart, the commitment, the passion that made you send it is what is important, because it will at least go its own way. So that is it from you. Thank you so much, Ifabi Femi Olushola. Thank you so much. I got it. All right, let's continue. Our Obas in Yoruba land are the problem. Are you for real? We should forget all of these people already. They know too that people don't revere them anymore. Which of the Obas makes sense anymore? Okay, maybe the Oba of Benin. People still talk about him. That is genuine. And I also read somewhere. Okay, not only somewhere. I've been hearing about him by other comrades too. That he lent his voice to end. He lent his voice to the ending of sex trafficking from Benin to Italy and other countries like that. So people revere him they respect him a lot, and I join people of Benin to respect the Oba of Benin. I appreciate you, the Oba of Benin. So back to Sowore's matter, and let me also remove this one from the screen. Yeah, let me bring the comments back to keep scrolling so I don't miss them. Alright. We need to grow objective to a level of strong investigative journalism. Yeah, definitely. We will get there. But you know, all of these things will not happen by itself. It's a lot of resources, you know. Gode Irabo. Shegun, what's the update on revolution now? Protests on Wednesday in Abuja by journalists and activists. And Femi Falana is also making an appeal against the order to detain Sowore for 45 days. More so, comrades in Lagos say they are also organizing and regrouping again to make sure that it doesn't end there. More actions we're expecting. The account number, you want me to put it again? That's it on the screen. Come Jesus, that's the account number. Prince Osas says Buhari should free Sowore now. Some people believe that Buhari is afraid of Sowore because of what a protest elite will be capable of doing. Kayode Ojetunde says NLC are integral part of APC. We knew this. We knew all of this before. You know, every political party in power always does one thing, and that thing is to create. Okay, I got another alert now. Thank you so much. Omokaro, is it Omokeli? Okay, Omokaro Kelly, I got your alert. Thank you so much. God will bless you. So I was responding to NLC and APC yoked, situation. It is every political party in power that tries to factionalize every association, every union. The Nigerian Union of Teachers is factionalized already. LCDAs, local community development councils, landlord associations have been factionalized. NURTW, that's why they always fight. One faction is sponsored by PDP, another is sponsored by APC. The same garage, the same pack. The ruling party will be sponsoring one faction, the opposition party will be sponsoring another faction, and as a result, they will be feud. That's why they keep killing themselves over what government is in power and ways of. So if you follow it very well, you understand that even for instance in Oyo State, after Ajimobi left power, the new governor is another party. So he decided to do what? To proscribe the union. By the time they will reform it, it will be his own person. Do you understand it? So we understand what is going on with NLC also. But notwithstanding, we still have comrades within these unions who are genuine, who always say no, even though we are with you, what the action of the president is wrong. For instance, if you read in the news a few days back, some persons in the NLC were already kicking and condemning that the action of President Muhammadu Buhari detaining Sowore is wrong. Very wrong. So all of those things are there. Okay, So thank you so much to those of you sending donations, but these donations you are sending, we understand it is not easy. You are only doing your part. They are still very, very chickeny money. There is lots of work to do. But anyways, more updates will come tomorrow, and you'll get to hear and see. Actions are ongoing. Most of us are not safe. If you don't hear from me tomorrow and you have been picked up, anything can happen. This is Nigeria, where you get abducted 1:25 a.m. It might even be as I'm stopping this broadcast now, they may enter my where I am and pick me up. All right, Shegun, what did you know about the letter writing by Yoruba Nation to one Fulani king? Is it true? We've been doing letter. Obasanjo has been doing letter himself to Buhari. We've been doing letter. It's never been enough, you know. I got another alert now. Thank you so much, Ajaguno Adedotun Yemi. Thank you so much for your donation. God bless you. If you just join in, I'm about rounding off already. I'll just want to urge that you try play back the video so that we don't continue to repeat as what this is about, and then you can at least, you know, catch up with what it is. I don't want to bore people I've been following since the beginning, and I don't want to prolong this broadcast unnecessarily. So please, if you just join in, kindly play back once we end so that you understand it, or maybe somebody commenting can also help to explain it. I want to catch up with the comments as they are running. See what Nance has turned into. I remember those days when we really have real comrades in Nance. By now the whole country will be feeling exactly that's the issue. The country has been so polarized that even Christian Association of Nigeria can has faction. Can has faction. Islamic movement of Nigeria, in fact the Islam too has factions in Nigeria, and that is why some people already allege that President Muhammadu Buhari is supporting the Boko Haram faction of Islamic extremists against the Shiite extremists. At the end of the day, all of them are extremists. That Buhari is supporting Boko Haram and releasing their men back into the society while they are busy picking up the Shiites. Muslim against Muslim, there are factions. Alright. In Christendom too, you would have the Catholic, the Anglican, the Pentecostal, the Celestial, the Jehovah's Witnesses, and the rest of them. So there are many factions, and all of them have their own political links too. So religion and politics in this country are the biggest issues we have as it stands right now. So why is it that Yorubas are not helping out? It's too bad for us Yorubas who come out in masses and for our future this. See, I read some comments already about some people who are saying that it is only the Igbos that are ready to fight. Yorubas are too weak, they couldn't fight. It's not that Yorubas are weak. The reality is that they have been so polarized. Some of them are waiting for 2023 when they are going to rally around one man in body loan. But the reality is that is why Sowore is standing up to say no, you cannot suspend your destiny for another 4 years waiting for another person who has no idea, who will be too old, who cannot even do anything by then, and who is himself already corrupt to do anything for you. So that is exactly what Sowore was trying to say by saying, see, regardless of whether we have contested the last election, but the outcome is still not going to have any impact on the average Nigerian life. So we can't wait for the next election anymore. We have to start acting. So, but the Yorubas have been so polarized. They are waiting for Bodilon in the next election, and that's where the problem is. They're waiting for Bodilon. They are waiting for the Lagos landlord to assemble them again in 2023, bring out bullion van, distribute money. In Ghana must go in purses, in polybag, in the butcher money. and distribute it in different different containers in this country. All right, so that's the problem we have. That's the problem. So we're waiting. Okay, I got another donation. Oyedele Adenike Deborah Mrs. I appreciate you. All these names that are sending their donations tonight, I'm going to make sure that tomorrow I get all these names on the screen, so that if you do not see your name, it might mean that you sent a donation that didn't come in. But I got this one, Mrs. Oyedele Adenike Deborah. I got it. Thank you so much. God will bless you. So I was talking about Yorubas. Yorubas are not cowards. Yorubas are one of the bravest people you can find on earth. Only that they have been polarized. They have been divided. All right. Some are waiting for 2023. It will be the turn of the Southwest. They are waiting for the Lagos landlord. But Sowore is saying no, we can't wait. Sowore is, some people do not even want to accept that Sowore is Yoruba. Yes, but somehow we can still say it's Yoruba. It's from Ondo State. Some people say no, it's not Yoruba. It's Ijo. Ijo is. Did they call the Ijo people middle belt now? Oh, Sowore is not Yoruba. It's Ijo. Funny enough, I'm from the same place with Sowore. The same place. In fact, we are somehow related. Another story for another day. We are somehow related, but I know many people that we are related, but I know the thing they trip me, but this man tripped me so much. Now I like him. Sowore tripped me. It got to a point Sowore was like, what's your problem? You say you are being objective, but I have to be objective. The reality is that I cannot just say because I know you. That's the issue I have. I cannot say because I know you. So that is in response to you, Austin. I'm releasing the account number on the screen again. Thank you so much. I say, but see, sure, I cannot say because I know you. I know many people in government, but I'm not interested in them. I'm interested in you because so far you have demonstrated consistency and genuineness, and that is why I love Sowore to a reasonable extent. Many people be like, why you like this guy so much? Guy, check him out now. Check him out. Sowore is not a product that you have to stress yourself to market. If I want to market a presidential candidate, this guy no hard. He no hard me to sell because everything about him already don't sell himself. This guy is consistent. This guy is active. This guy is courageous, fearless. When he talks, have you listened to Sowore speak? He's always on point. So what they had anybody to sell. Now why I get people who my uncle, I don't want to mention people. I get people who say I know they too tax. I know they tax them with the government. I get people, but I know they tax. I don't even want me people know say I relate with them to some extent. I don't even want me people know say we relate. But this Sowore, forget him. This guy day. This guy day. Do you get it? So that's the issue. Sowore tight. He's always consistent. He's always on point. He's not sentimental. He's not. He will just put it and say, come, see, we have to reset this thing. This is the way it has to be. And if you tell them, say, this thing go hard, they go punish person, they go do this. If say, if you have to go through it, let us go through it. That's why somehow when they say Sowore is in detention, we'll be like, see, it's not new to him. He's been doing it. That is not to say we should therefore say he has to be going to detention. No. But the thing is, he has chosen it and he has said, well, whatever happens to him, that we should just take it. This guy is just tight. Imagine somebody who leave his family in New York, come and be fighting for people who cannot see that they have to fight. And he'll be saying that he doesn't mind whatever happens to him in the course of it. Who does that? Who does that? Who does that? So this guy is just on point. Person wey they don't give ministerial position, we talk say you no want. They don't call and make him come become senator, you say you no want. Tete as an activist, the moment after he left University of Lagos as president of student union, many things wey they offer him, you no collect am. You say you no want, say you just want make the country dey good. That's all. When they bring people say I support this person, you will say what is his credential. You will look at the person and say okay, we'll give him support. He was using his Sahara reporters to support them without collecting money from anybody. But if you support anybody and he come see say the person who they do well, now him by himself go talk say na me support you make you come in, but you don't they do nonsense. Now me go still tell people say you they do nonsense. That is the consistency we are talking about. That is the consistency we're talking about. To say, now we support you to come in, no, but we don't say you don't do nonsense, and we go report to people say you don't do nonsense. That is the definition of Sowore. That guy is just too consistent. While we are hoping that they'll continue to treat him well in detention, pending when he comes out, you know, we also have to realize and understand that detention is not a good place because anything can happen. It's not a good place to be. It's not a good place. This man, you know, the day he was doing graffiti on the wall in Lagos, a lot of people were like, guy, come. Does this guy know the implication of this guy don't already say, see, we have to just do something crazy. I know it's just fearless. You guys give it to him. Whatever has to be reset, he was ready to reset. He's ready to reset. Even if he has to be. There was a day I met him as he came in to Lagos from New York. I didn't know he was coming in. Okay. So I went to do something at the Civic Media Lab. He just came in, piano. I'm like, when did you come into Nigeria? He's like, yeah, I mean, I just came in. I was like, I'm just coming in. I'm like, you know the fear, all those things when you talk, they define you. Say, I know now. I mean, he said, see, I already have my toothpaste and brush in one purse in my pocket. So just in case I got to the airport and they say I should follow them for interview, I'll follow them. I mean, if they want to detain me, I'm ready. And I'm like, who does this now? This man, it's not just about you, it's about many people who see you as the next salvation, the next platform of salvation. Don't throw their hope in the bush. Don't throw their hope in the ocean. You're like, say, there was one thing he said. I don't want to say it here, and that thing gripped me. I was shocked, and my legs were shivering and shaking. Like, who does this? He said that thing, and I was like, you said this. He then said one thing, like he then said, this country has even been kind enough. I didn't know I would live up to this moment, you know. So Shegun, see, whatever happens, we can't shy. We have to do what we have to do. I'm like, what? Okay, I saw a comment that just flipped. I mean, that just scrolled past now, asking Shegun, hope you will not be like Daddy Freeze. I don't know what Daddy Freeze did. I really don't follow Daddy Freeze. I only followed Daddy Freeze up to a moment, up to the time it was consistently talking about payment of tithe and offering, and he spoke things that were consistent with what I knew already about the Bible. And I'm like, okay, fine, we are having. That means people are speaking up. People are wiser these days. So that was the little I know about Daddy Freeze. But I heard that lately he started obnobbing with some other prophets and pastors to be twisting things around again. Well, what I can say there is that I'm not a religious person, okay? Because what I believe is that God is not a Christian, God is not a Muslim, God is God. As a result, if you're a Christian, hold on to your faith and make sure that you are doing what is right to humanity. If you're a Muslim, hold on to your faith, make sure you're doing what is right to humanity. That's all I can say about that. I'm not a Christian. I'm a Christian, okay, by birth. I was born a Christian, So I'm still a Christian. Christian because I believe in what Christ came to do. And that's the one I've been so exposed to the most. I believe in what Christ came to do, to preach humanity, to preach love for everybody, love your neighbor and love God. I mean, the love for neighbor at least already captures everything. If you love your neighbor, you almost overcome every other thing. All right. So, but the idea of now preaching doctrinal teachings, Pentecostal against Catholic against Celestial, I'm not interested. So that the priest can do whatsoever he is into, I am not into that, and I don't want to criticize what he knows how to do. So somebody says some so-called human baboon, the so-called leaders have no conscience. The other day that stupid short man said he is stronger and rugged than Sowore. Who is that? Okay, let me leave that since I don't know what you're talking about. Verse 18 says, Shegun, please, you need to enlighten some people because they don't believe she will help those who are helpless. Oh my God. I'll still talk more about Sowore in coming days. Okay, but let me review this. There was a time he was doing, what's this program called? Sowore Scholarship, something. I learned that they had been doing that since 2005 or so. Alright. So that particular 2014 or 15, I was covering that program in his hometown because I'm also, like I said, I'm also from the same place as he is, that in Ondo State. So that night I decided to cover that program. So he noticed that I covered it and I have everything on record. He called me. He said, "Oh Lord, please, I don't want this thing to be out. I'm just doing it on my own." It's a scholarship program. He gives scholarship to students, indigent students in Ondo State, from his own personal money. And I heard him saying, "This is my personal money. I've not been in government. I'm not stealing money. I'm just doing. I believe in education. That's why I'm supporting those of you that are going to school." Awolowo gave free education. That's why I was able to go to school. Otherwise, I would not have been privileged to go to school. But me, I'm working hard and I have little money. I want to support some people. I think that particular year, he gave 20 people scholarship support. And he called me to say, "Please, I don't want this." He said, "Shegun, please, I don't want you to. I know you have the video because you covered it. Please don't upload it." He called me to say, "Don't upload it." And I'm like, "Why would you be doing something that is as important as this and you say I should not upload it?" He said, "No, he doesn't. That he had been doing it since 2005, but does not want it to look like he's doing it because he wants publicity. So that I should not upload it." I'm like, "Forget this. Me, I did upload this one. Forget to." So I managed to upload it that time, and then that is why, if you look, I saw some people now trending the video again recently, and I'm like, "Oh, and Sowore didn't want me to upload this thing, oh." But I stubbornly uploaded it because Sowore too, to some extent, he didn't like some things about me. Me too, I did stubborn. He would just look at me and say, "This guy, what's your problem?" I say, "See, free me." He's stubborn, me say stubborn. So there are some things you see I will not agree with. Me say on my own part, I did stubborn. So that's just like that. So leave Daddy Freeze to be doing what he's doing. Leave every other person to be doing what they are doing. Let us focus on what we believe that should be and be doing what we should be doing. All right. Okay. Yeah, you saw the video too. Yeah, if you look at the video well, you might see Objective logo on it. I did the coverage. He pleaded that I should not upload it. I said no, I did upload this one. I did upload this one, and I uploaded it. So Austin says I should confirm if I received. After Adenike Oyedele Deborah, I've not received any other one yet. Maybe it will come in later. But rest assured, all of the donations I received tonight, I'll put your names on screen tomorrow when I come online. Any update on Sowore's detention case? Yes, on Wednesday, Falana would be putting up an appeal to the order on detention, 45-day detention of Sowore. Falana will be appealing that on Wednesday. That's the update so far, so we're waiting for Wednesday. Don't forget, we are in holiday period due to the Salah break. So Sowore is spending Salah in DSS detention. and is held incommunicado. You cannot communicate with anybody. Funny. All right. Please, is there any update from foreign country about your case? Well, EU, was it EU or UN? Oh, EU responded already. Amnesty International, even before it was detained, already spoke, and they sponsored some protesters. Government sponsored some protesters to go and to go and tell EU, AI, that's Amnesty International, to leave Nigeria. Funny. Okay, Fancy Acrobat, welcome everybody. Welcome Prince Osas, Moses Olaniro. Please go back to 60s and let's send the so-called Hausa Fulani clan tribes back to where they belong to. In as much as I don't want us to tribalize this issue, I think it's just a class struggle. The upper class people versus the lower class people, or the middle class people. So they are just trying to make sure that everybody is silenced, and it doesn't matter who is in power. Everybody who had been in power did it. Even Obasanjo did it against his own critics too. It's just that this time somebody is wearing the full toga of the military. That's the problem. Yes, good morning, Osibo Gold Omorogbe. People, I don't try Oshane and no. Just a little time out, and then I might take a few more comments and close for tonight. Thank you.
Yo, what's up, my people? It's Kevin O'Clock News. Today for the news, when I see all these flags where they fly, when I see some of them don't tear finish, as they tear, they represent the problems where the countries where they represent. When I see the country flags, when I see Brazil own, when I see all the countries' problem, when I see South Africa own, when I see Japan, when I say Japan don't get problem, then see our beloved Nigeria, see Nigeria flag. See our country flag, and this flag they fly inside Nigeria. The green wave don't run, the white way they mean they don't even know what they do again. They don't join with the other green. So now 1 quarter I will get now. Up Nigeria, up Nigeria. God bless Nigeria. Kevin.
Alright, welcome back, people. So somebody was asking me to send link to where they can watch show sponsoring people to school. It's on YouTube, it's on Facebook, it's on okay, what I'll do is tomorrow it will be one of the videos I'll play once I come online. Okay, let me note it down so I will not forget to play it tomorrow while on the show. But I'm sure that if you search it too, you will get it. It's on YouTube, it's on Objective Media channel, it's on Facebook on Objective Media channel. But let me list it so I don't also forget. Where's my pen? Okay. Sowore scholarship support video. Okay. Scholarship support video. So I can play it tomorrow once I come online. Alright. So people, I think I've tried tonight. I'll give you more updates tomorrow, and I'll also give you an update tomorrow about, let me also list it, the 70-year-old woman in Osun who joined the revolutionary protests and was beaten by your Nigerian police. Protester in Osun. Okay, all right. So what are the comments I'm missing so I can quickly respond to all of them and close for tonight? Bros, where's Sowore is in detention? Wisdom. Tessie, my take on this Sowore is when, oh sorry I missed that, another comment, more comments came in. Kaka says Sowore, I know, be very careful eating anything presented to him because they may poison his food. I'm already praying for him not to be injected with any poison or something. Yeah, that's another thing. They may spray something in the room, you know. Also, we don't want to say so many things like that, you know, but I can confirm to you that they already have allowed access to one person to be taking food. I can confirm to you. I speak with anyways, but what you should know, I'll let you know. What is not compulsory, I will not let you know. I will not mention it on air. But Sowore is fine so far. We don't know if they keep him more. They may things may change. That's where I want to be careful. If they keep him for too long, things may change. But so far, things are still fine. That's all I can say. But he's being held incommunicado. No, they denied him of using his phone to call. Please, guys, let's stop using the word revolution but protest. You never say anything. Well, as I close, I want to say that please, Shegun, don't join issues about tribal jibes on Igbo, blah blah blah. Why should I do that? Well, there's no point, there's no need, there's no reason to do that. There's no reason. Igbo people are fantastic. In fact, there are Fulani people that are fantastic. There are Hausa people that are fantastic. There are Yoruba people that are fantastic. So why should I throw jibes at people of tribes? It's only a class issue that we have in this country. The rulers do not have tribe when they are coming together to steal, to kill, and to destroy. They don't have tribe. It is the oppressed people that have tribes. That's the issue. But the funniest is that the oppressed people are not realizing that they are the oppressed. They see their tribes instead of their oppression. Alright, so letter, which of the letters? I don't really want to talk about letters that I've not for now. I mean, the only time that letter would have impact is when the recipient responds to it and adds weight to the letter. But for now, if he's not responding to it, it might just be letter written in vain. It's not the first time you have been seeing letters crossing in this country from left to right. The time to dump the groundnuts in peace from Russia and Niger got the revolution. His wife loves to keep a low profile, but she supports, from what I understand. I will support protest, not revolution. Well, the word revolution does not only have one meaning until Buhari came into power and they changed the meaning to only one. For the word revolution has so many meanings. Alright, so I want to close and I want to say that prepare your minds. The protest will continue in different forms. This time you may not even have to come out. The protest might be in people's minds, symbols and all of that. If you have the yellow beret, you can wear it, snap yourself and just put it on your DP. That's one way of protesting, or one form of protest. You might do solitary protest, like I heard that somebody was in Lekki today protesting alone and carrying Sowore's placard. You can even do a video of yourself talking about and send it to us, send it to me on WhatsApp. I'll use them as part of my timeouts or interludes. You can do a video of yourself talking about a revolution now. I can use it. Alright, I can even share it on our social media handles during the day. So many things we can do to protest. But you can get orange beret, snap yourself and use it as your DP. You can push Sowore's photo as your DP. Alright, you can have anything orange. You may decide to start to get maybe orange wristband, snap yourself showing the orange wristband on your arm, on your wrist, and then put it on your DP or just upload it. Maybe one picture every day that has, maybe just wear something that has orange touch. And now people will be asking you why the orange every day. You just have to explain to them the orange beret or the orange necktie or the orange wristband you've been seeing me wearing is because I'm supporting the cause for revolution. So let us see whether police will start arresting people for wearing orange wristband, or for using Sowore as their DP, or for wearing orange berets, or for, let's just see whether they want to do all of these things. So the protest can continue in so many significant or symbolic ways that are also significant. So let us continue to do what we have to do. It doesn't have to do every time with only coming out to demonstrate. You may be demonstrating in your mind and showing it in what you wear. Somebody wants me to show my number. Okay, I'll put it on the screen shortly now and I'll close. 0817074 7424. That's my WhatsApp number. WhatsApp. So you see it on your screen now. Alright, so that's the number. I joined the program late, Sha. Anyway, may the good Lord guide him where he is now. That's Nigeria for you. Yeah, I agree with you, KFK. Let's stop criticizing and play our part. Everybody should play their part. We need to do that. So if you're sending your own contribution, I'll put do that between now and afternoon, so I can at least we can list out the names by tomorrow, by next show tomorrow. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, thank you for seeing the number, and I remove it now. So tomorrow is another day, people. God bless you. Thank you for your attention. Let me go to bed now. What should I leave you with?
What?
Okay. Bye for now.
Why will you take your whole life? No matter what is going on in your life, no matter how the circumstances, no matter what the circumstances is, no matter how the circumstances.
First, they need to create an enabling environment for this industry to thrive. Secondly, they need to consciously, intentionally focus on building the industry. Treat it like you're importing rice, okay? So you ban all foreign content, make it difficult for foreign content to come in so your local content can grow. And then you need to support the music industry, you need to support the film industry, you need to support even the comic section as well. You need to make everything, it's a whole, we could go on and on and on and on and on. Putting the square pegs and square holes and not mixing it the other way around. Just making sure professionals, making treaties with other countries. The list is endless, okay? But let's just say pray for the country. That's all I can say.
Why will you take your whole life? No matter what is going on in your life, no matter how the circumstances, no matter what the circumstances